So we're out here at our Timeless Beauty project. If you've seen us on Instagram, we've posted a couple videos. This will be the first video content we're releasing here on YouTube, a little bit more in depth. And this is gonna be designed by Alyssa Lee Hickman. Architect is Milos with Integrated Design. And we're gonna be talking about trim. We have quite a few details, some amazing trim in this house. So check these out. So now you can see here, we're standing here. This is that every opening right here where the jamb is gonna be. We don't have any of these drywall. You can see everything says no drywall right here. So every jamb, every opening throughout the entire house has this similar detail. Essentially, we're gonna be boxing and trimming every opening throughout the entire house. So we're standing here at the entry. As you come in, you have this amazing view looking through the living room, out to the pool, and then that palm tree that's been centered. But we're gonna show you how this is gonna be cased. And so again, working with our trim carpenter, this is one of our samples here. And so you can see right here that the way this is installed, you know, it has this little, right here, it has this little groove here, this little notch. And what ends up happening is this gives our trim guy a good idea of how this is gonna finish on the corner. So what ends up happening is we have one piece here on the corner and then the other one on the inside here, and these will be mitered. So we'll have a nice clean miter here on the corner between these two pieces. Now, this is gonna create this nice little corner that's gonna wrap all of these jamb openings. Now you're gonna see the same thing as we mentioned here on this corner. So you're gonna have the same thing mitered and it'll create this nice box here on the inside. Now on the interior, about wainscot high, so about 4 feet high off the ground, we're gonna be doubling this. So you're gonna have almost like a picture frame, which will show you on my phone the detail here from the architect. So one thing that's really important, especially in a home of this magnitude where there's a ton of trim detail, is working on mock-ups, right? We'll come out and we'll actually box this out and take photos, we'll take measurements, we'll have our designer sign off, we'll have our client sign off. So in that way we make sure this is all right on our first mock-up before we go through and of course trim every jamb. You don't want to do all the trim work without having that approval. But now we're gonna have about this height here, we're gonna have, this will be tied in here, and then we're gonna flip it. So we're gonna have two pieces here on top, here on the bottom, and then on the bottom we'll have flat base. So we're gonna have flat base here and then we'll have this little trim on top. So now we're creating this and then we'll have all MDF in the middle. So this is not gonna be smooth drywall, this is all MDF. So this entire area right here is all boxed in trim. And I'm gonna pull up this video because this really helps you give a good idea. Here you can see what this will look like. So now you have right here, you have our flat panel base. And then here you can see here that we're gonna box around like a picture frame and the same thing up above. So you have this beautiful trim detail all the way up this column, and really it just creates this very traditional look, and why we're calling it Timeless Beauty, because you have all this trim. And what's gonna be really neat, we're gonna showcase some of the other details in this house. We have some amazing crown molding, some ceiling treatments, some of which are ones we haven't done. We had to work specifically with our drywaller to make a specialized form we're gonna show you in the next video that they did in the primary suite in the ceiling there. But again, all this trim, we'll do that mock-up. This will be cased and boxed all the way around on every opening throughout the entire house. So again, this is as you're working through estimating, make sure these are details you don't want to miss, because this is not a cheap install and you want to make sure you have that to make sure you're giving the best price you can for your client.